Hi everybody, welcome back to Let's Flail Through Pokemon White. In the last episode, we got our Derpy. We successfully beat both Sharon and Bianca, and we got a Pokedex. In this episode, we're going to go to Route 1, which I guess is right up here, and see what's going on. But there is one thing I need to show you guys before we continue. Apparently, the thing where I didn't get experience points was due to anti-piracy measures on my ROM, and I didn't know that was an issue, so I refought those first two battles with the patched ROM, and as you can see, Derpy is now level 6. I mean, it's not a major change, but I figured that there was no reason to not just get the experience from the first two battles, because, again, it took me 10 minutes to redo it, so not a big deal. But, anyways, now that that's over with, we're going to go up to Route 1 and see what's going on. So, apparently, we have to take our first step onto Route 1 all at the same time, which is incredibly cheesy, Bianca, but we're going to anyway. Okay, this looks really lame, but now we're on to Route 1, and the professor is right here waiting for us, as she said she would be. So, Professor Juniper, now that everyone's here, Pokedex pages, okay, this is all old news. So while she explains this, for my sake, which I don't need, how are you guys doing since last time I asked, which was about a day ago? I'm pretty good. I'm a big soccer fan and a big golf fan. Those are two sports I really like to watch. So this is going to be a terrific weekend for me because the Euro is still going on and the US Open is happening in golf. So looks like they're showing us a battle, even though we did a battle. Although she's probably going to catch this Pokemon. I wasn't really paying attention. Yep, she's going to catch this Pokemon. Okay. So that, I guess, is a Patrat. I don't know what a Patrat is, and I'm not really worried about it, because it looks like the equivalent of a Rattata, so I really don't need it. But, yeah, so she's going to show us how to capture this. For those of you who've never played a Pokemon game, typically you get a Pokemon down to low health, then if it's a legendary, you paralyze it or sleep it or freeze it, and then you throw Pokeballs at it and hope it stays in. Not that complicated, but catching legendaries can be incredibly frustrating because it's a lot of luck. You basically just have to get them down all the way into the red as low as you can get them, then paralyze them or sleep them, and then just chuck Ultra Balls at it and hope it stays in. But for catching normal Pokemon, you really don't need to use status for the most part. You can just get it pretty into like the yellow or the red, and you'll be able to capture it no problem, which I'll probably show off in this episode now that I think about it. But for now, we're just going to keep going with this and move on to Route 1. And apparently the professor is going to be going with us this whole way, which is really weird, because usually the professor just leaves you alone after getting your first Pokemon and is kind of done with you. But I don't have to worry about that, because this is Pokemon White, not any of those other games. Something fun. Oh boy, what's Bianca up to now? Bianca's really starting to annoy me, because she kinda, I don't know. I know people are probably going to comment, be like, oh, Bianca's awesome, or oh, Bianca sucks, but I think she's just kind of annoying, because she's being very ditzy, I guess would be the word. But for now, let's show off catching a Pokemon here. Figure I might as well take a look and see what catching a wild Pokemon is like. Alright, let's see. Wild 2 Patrat. Alright, Derpy, you're up. So, I'm mainly doing this for my own benefit, I will admit. Just to try to get the, just to see what a wild Pokemon battle is like. I know, it sounds like well, we're not catching the level 2 wild Patrat, because I killed it. But, anyways, now, if this is like the other games, this guy will give us a free potion. Well, one of these guys on the first route. So I'm going to see if any of these people will give us a free potion. And if they do, I will look really smart. And if they don't, I will look really dumb. But for now, before we can talk to the second guy on the route. A wild Lillipup. Okay. Level 4. Ooh, I kind of want this guy. Alright. Derpy, please don't critical hit and kill this guy because he looks kind of cool. And I want it. Lillipup. Okay. So, about this, this whole recording situation regarding my computer and everything else. I know I said that I don't want spoilers in the comments, and I don't consider this a spoiler. If any of you have played this game on a ROM, and you know of any problems I'm going to run into besides the experience thing that I just had an issue with a minute ago, I would really appreciate it if you told me about that in advance, and if there was any solution to said problem that you could... Oh, great. This is not good. I might... Okay, good. I get another shot, because I said I might die here because he critted me on that first turn. If I don't catch him here, I might die, so I gotta be pretty careful here. And by pretty careful, I mean since I don't have any potions, just throw Pokeballs at it and hope I catch it on this try, or otherwise I'm going to die. So, that would be pretty embarrassing to lose to my first wild Pokemon encounter and have to... I guess it would res me at my house. Right? Come on. Yes. Alright. We don't have to worry about dying on the first turn of this game. But we caught a Lillipup, and let's take a look. The long hair around its face provides an amazing radar. Okay. I'm gonna nickname my Lillipup in honor of a game that I loved as a kid, Yoshi's Island. I am going to nickname this Lillipup Poochie. Poochie, for those of you who don't know, is there's a dog that appears in a few levels of Yoshi's Island and helps Yoshi out, and he's pretty awesome. So, I nicknamed my dog Pokemon Poochie, which is pretty cool. And I am the best. I totally called that this guy would give me a potion, which is very convenient. However, I'm going to run back to my mom's house and heal myself because I'm right here. But first I'm going to take a look over here. Little pond. I'll keep that in mind for later. Probably something I can get on the other side of that, knowing these games. But, oh great. Another wild battle. Patrat. Alright. Level 4 Patrat. Alright. Let's see if Derpy can take him down without dying. That would be preferred. Especially since I'll probably level up here. And... oh, great. Alright, well, I don't know if Derpy's going to have it in him here. So, I am going to... let's see. You know what? Let's see. Pokemon Poochie. We're going to bring in Poochie. And see what Poochie's got. I feel like I might be killing Poochie on his first ever battle, but... it's not like I'm doing a Nuzlocke run, so don't have to worry about killing him on his first battle. And, yep, he died. Okay, so now I'm gonna run. Oh, shoot, I meant to run. Can I get out of here? Ah, fuck. Well, this is what I get for hitting buttons too fast. I wanted to run there, but instead, I'm sending out Derpy to possibly die. And, okay, good, I can still run. Alright, good. So, sorry about that. Oh, come on. Random battles all over the place. Ugh. Alright, this one's only level 2, so I should be able to beat it, even with my low HP. Let's see, tackle. Okay. I really hope I get a water gun, or whatever, pretty early. Otherwise, I'm not going to have a fun time with Derpy just knowing tackle as its only attacking move. But that's standard for these games, so I guess I shouldn't complain. But, hey, wow. That's really early for learning a water move. I'm not going to complain, though. So, perfect timing, let's test it out. On this wild level 2 Pat Rat. Now, I know I'm not really having much to talk about, and that's because I filmed I filmed the last episode probably, let's see, it's 1 o'clock now. I filmed the last episode at like 9 o'clock last night, so it's been a quick turnaround, but the reason for that was I just happened to have some free time today because some plans of mine fell through, so that kind of sucks. I was going to go golfing today with some friends of mine, but plans fell through because there's road issues where I am. Right now, I'm on Cape Cod. For those of you who don't know, it's very awesome, and I have a summer house on the Cape, and since I work here on the weekends waiting tables, I'm here, and my friends were going to come from Boston, which is where I live during the rest of the year, but there's basically only 2 ways to drive onto Cape Cod. There's 2 separate bridges, and they both have ridiculous traffic on them due to the fact it's a Saturday morning and construction and everything else. So there was no way they were going to make our tea time, so we pushed it back till next week, which kind of sucks. But anyways, we are just going to continue on Route 1 now that we're healed up again. And I'm actually going to move Lillipup to the front of my party because I do want to get him some experience. Now that's something that I learned my lesson from when I was a little kid. Is when I was a little kid and playing Pokemon Red for the first time, I was probably, I think it was 8, 9, somewhere in there. And I always started with Charmander because Charmander is the best. And I didn't know any better regarding just not using your Charmander the entire time. So I had like a level 90 Charizard and nothing else when I got to the Elite Four. And it was a pain in the butt to win. Not because I would run out of stamina or anything, because I was so high level. It was because I'd actually run out of PP for all my attacking moves, because I had nothing else in my party that could do any damage to any of the Pokemon in the Elite Four. So it was actually kind of funny that the first time I beat Gary way back in the day, I ended up beating him with my Charizard struggled because it was out of PP and took down the last couple hit points that Blastoise had. So I still remember that. It was I couldn't believe it actually happened because I had lost a couple times running out of PP and then having to struggle and ending up dying because I didn't know what ethers were, and I didn't realize I could use them to recover PP because, again, I was 9. So I was dumb at 9 years old. Heck, I'm kind of dumb at 21, so I guess it's par for the course, really. But anyways, I'm going to stop rambling, and I guess what's in order is my early impressions of this game. Even though I know it's really, really, really early, but I like it. It's hard for me to really compare it to any of the other games because it's really early, but it has a very similar feel to Diamond and Pearl to me, with the graphics and the design and sort of the effects, but also it sort of has it feels kind of like Kanto in that they're calling the first Route 1, and it's sort of very early going, and I like that. So we all have 2 Pokemon. That was really really exciting competition, Bianca, so that we all have 2 Pokemon. Alright, so so I guess that's my phone. Yeah. Oh, whoa. Okay, I gotta admit that's pretty cool. I did not see the video chat coming. Wow. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'm sorry that I'm sort of fangasming over that, but again, as I'm going to say 100 times during this LP, I'm doing this blind, and I definitely did not see that coming at all. And now, I'm running up on time, but I will go into this cutscene here. I apologize because I know the first 2 episodes have been a lot of cutscenes and not a lot of action. Because, again, I didn't know that it would be this cutscene heavy, because the other Pokemon games, they start a little faster than this, I feel like. Red and Blue definitely started a lot faster than this, because Professor Oak pretty much gave you your first Pokemon and was like, go out there and do stuff. And you would jump in and just go. And I think Gold and Silver, they had that little mystery at the beginning with Silver stealing one of Professor Elm's Pokemon. And Hoenn also started pretty quick because you have to save Professor Birch. And Generation 4 with Professor Rowan also started quicker than this. I'm not saying it's a bad thing that it starts slow, but it's not good for an LP, I'll admit. Especially since I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know what or if I can skip any of this. So, I guess we're just going to have to go through what the Pokemon Center does. For those of you who don't know, Pokemon Center is going to be your best friend. You can heal every single one of your Pokemon, up to full health, full PP, remove all statuses, and it's completely free. Yes, the Pokemon world has completely free medical care for your Pokemon. No word on if they have free medical care for the actual humans. But before I start making politics jokes, we're going to move on to the PC. The PC is also very useful. You can only store 6 Pokemon in your party at once, which means you only have access to using 6 Pokemon at one time. But if you have more than 6, which you will throughout the course of the game, you're going to catch a lot more than 6 Pokemon. Any extras will go into the PC, so you can go into the PC and switch out Pokemon in your party. And to do that, you're going to use someone's PC. And that's kind of a running joke in the Pokemon series, is that the designer of the storage system in every generation is unknown at the beginning of the game. And this is new. This has never been the case before in any of the Pokemon games. The Pokemart used to be a separate building, in that this is where you get all your items. Not all your items, but Pokeballs, potions, healing statuses, all the useful battle items you would get at the Pokemart, which used to be a different building. So I'm kind of confused as to why they chose to do this. I guess it's for convenience sake that you have your mart and your center in one building. So really, whenever you go to a new town, you're just going to go to these two buildings. For now, I am going to actually do some purchasing because I have 4,000 Poke. Yes, the currency is called Poke. It does look like the Japanese yen, but basically the only difference between that and the Japanese yen is this is a P with the 2 dashes and the yen is a Y. But I'm going to buy, I'm going to buy 2 more Pokeballs to get back up to 5. If I could actually use this right. Oh jeez, I am really, really inept at using my keyboard to play DS games because I misplaced my USB Xbox controller forever ago, which would make this so much more natural feeling. But basically, my advice is to have a bunch of potions with you, and Pokeballs you don't really need as much, because unless you're going to be looking for Pokemon with certain natures and IVs for competitive battling, you're really only going to capture like 3 or 4 Pokemon between each town. So you don't have to be going and buying 30 Pokeballs every time you enter a new town. But again, that's just me. But for now, I'm going to cut this episode here. And next time on Let's Flail Through Pokemon White, we're going to continue exploring the beginning parts of the game. And I will probably run into my first bit of trouble, having no clue where to go or what to do. So I hope you enjoy me obviously struggling. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.